Okay, it's October 16th, and this is the GANOOZE. GANOOZE host complains that he's not getting paid enough for this shit. The Turkish parliament is going to basically sanction, probably, strikes against the Kurds in Iraq. YouTube policy, yeah, Google and YouTube created a new policy to prevent the pirating of copyrighted material. Oil hits, $88 a gallon. The toxins in iPhones, housing orders fall, 39%. But that's, before the little boost in interest rate, so should come back a little. China is very mad about this Dalai Lama stuff. And what else? China might buy Bear Stearns, an investment company. Not China, Chinese bank. Kind of a oxymoron. And Patriot missile blows up in the Persian Gulf. Some little country misfired one into somebody's farm. Anyway, so let's get on with it, see how far we get. So this Turkey thing again, Turkey. So what's basically Turkey is basically, you see, it's on the northern part of Iraq, and you see, and they don't like these Kurds. You remember the Kurds? They're the ones that, we went hysterical because Saddam Hussein killed, 3,000 or 5,000 of them with, mustard gas or whatever he used, and so these Kurds, there's a place called Kurdistan. I don't know why the Kurds aren't living there. I think it has something to do with the oil in northern Iraq, actually. Well, anyway, so, Turkey might start, kicking their ass again. And it's just kind of ironic, that Kurds, they call themselves Kurds, and they're claiming to be Iraqis, so it doesn't really, either you're an Iraqi or you're not. I mean, it's really shouldn't be called Kurds. Well, anyway, this YouTube policy, that's the big story, really, for, we're on YouTube, so... what they're going to do, they're trying to make deals with all these, the big companies, Viacom, MGM, Turner, whatever, whoever owns all that stuff, Paramount, all these big production companies, and to allow them to have, they basically want the companies to give YouTube copies of everything they have, and then YouTube will basically analyze the video. And it has an algorithm, and it'll pick out something, like eyeball is here when the word frog is said, or some kind of whatever the trick will be. So each video will have a unique identifier, and then they will just look for that unique identifier in every video that's uploaded, presumably. So uploads are probably going to take longer, unfortunately, and apparently it works. The technology actually works even on videos that are like recorded from a TV screen, so you can't, it's not going to be something built into the video in the sense of some marker that's deliberately placed in the video. It's going to be actually some a relationship that exists in the video that would be very hard to know what key was the key that YouTube was looking for. They say this won't interrupt. They have a protection against fair use somehow, so they didn't explain that part. So anyway, so let's see. It's see if it changes much or what it changes. So yeah, oil prices are way up, like really high, and they really shouldn't get this high, just because theoretically. See, I mean, when oil was $25 a barrel, now it's 88. So there was a lot of oil wells that closed down years ago because they couldn't make money at $25 a barrel. But they could certainly make money, just because it's a little hard to get the last bits of oil out, at $40 a barrel or $50 a barrel. And at $88 a barrel, they should be able to make a killing. So really, supply should increase theoretically. It really should. Whether that changes what can be refined and what can't be and what's actually usable and all these other variables, who knows, but I would think supply would start increasing. And it's always speculative, so they're presuming some oil wells are probably going to get blowed up by the Turkey blowing up northern Iraq, even though we're in Iraq. I don't know why we can't stop Turkey from doing that. But anyway, whatever. So then there's this stuff about, you know, PVCs or whatever in some iPhones. And apparently other phone manufacturers don't have this problem. You know, Nokia and other companies have, you know, I'm not in the center of the screen, have taken care of the problem. Gee, that's pretty close. You know, Macintosh hasn't. Not Macintosh, you know, whatever, Apple. So anyway, you know, I don't think it's a huge threat, but I mean, it's just kind of tacky, you know, this, you know, coolish, innovative competition, more expensive, that, you know, supposed to be so brilliant, you know, that they would make a pretty ungreen product. So the housing orders, yeah, way down, new orders. Gee, still way out of the screen. Funny how you can't tell which way you're going. It's such a delay in what I see on the computer. But anyway, cut that part out. So back to housing orders. Yeah, way down, 39%, and you know, that's for the third quarter, and so we'll, you know, presumably there'll be some uptick, you know, at least for this major housing orders for this major home builder. You know, new orders. You know, it's a pretty big fall, but you know, it goes up every year for years, so it really has to drop somewhere. You know, it just can't keep going up all the time. All right, and then China's really pissed off, they say. You know, it's usually a lot of talk, but you know, they're supposed to be furious. That's the word, furious, over this Dalai Lama stuff. Apparently the Congress is going to give the Dalai Lama some award, like, you know, wearing a funny dress award or something. And then Bush is actually going to meet the Dalai Lama. You know, that would be a pretty interesting conversation, huh? You know, I mean, you know, I guess he's met him before, but I mean, you know, it just seems kind of, you know, well, whatever. I mean, I think they're both idiots. I mean, you know, one's a very, you know, passive, intelligent idiot, and the other one's just a buffoon, but, you know, whatever. Then there's the story, Chinese bank buying Bear Stearns, you know, an investment company. I don't even get the whole Chinese thing anyway. I mean, we call it a communist country. It's got billionaires. It's got banking, you know, business. It's got a lot of very rich industry, you know. So I mean, it's almost like the old Soviet Union. I mean, it's not really socialism, because you know, some people are making a killing. Yeah, and so there was this little, you know, in the Persian Gulf, some little country. Some of our old Patriot missiles or something, I don't know who, somebody fired one and whatever, it landed on a farm. So whatever, not a big story, just kind of silly that our hardware is just all over the friggin' place. And Christina Applegate, you know, one of my favorite people, you know, she has a new sitcom, and sounds really, really stupid, but you know, it's good. She's got work. I like that. She likes turtles. You know, I like turtles too. Oh, that would be all, I think. I think that's the end. Yeah, sorry, I didn't imitate anybody, because, you know, there's no one here to imitate. There's just, you know, there's just not much to do with this news. It's really boring news. I don't, you know, what can I say? So that's it. That's the news for today. The end, period.